We are back into a new episode of the Empowerment Module, and I am pleased to welcome you again. In the last episode, we dealt with the topic, Get Up, Take on the Challenge for Your Change to Happen, during which we defined the challenge as something new and seemingly difficult, which demands great effort, determination, and responsibility for its accomplishment, and embedded with seeds for positive transformation, growth, and success. We discussed, among others, that one of the reasons why the world has become an expert producer of mediocrity has to do with the unwillingness or fear of people rising up to accept and meet challenges. It was said that those who commit themselves to challenges are same who command changes and become champions. We also mentioned that every challenge you meet and overcome generates confidence and builds upon your personal experiences in life, which keep you grounded and make you a well-rounded person. For today's episode, our topic is criticisms are not always bad. Don't ignore them all. Before we go into it, I implore you to please subscribe to our channel, as that encourages us to come your way weekly with inspiring content. Now to the message at hand. I have seen under the sun that one of the things that easily make people call it a quit is criticism. However, irrespective of how adverse criticisms can be, it is most worrying if you don't get any criticism at all. Though I reckon that some criticisms are opposing in nature and that they cut through the soul, pierce the heart, and kill the flow of creativity and enthusiasm, there are yet constructive ones that come to build, grow, and stretch you to progress if given consideration. Even when given for the right reasons, criticism can sometimes make us angry. We have to learn to use it as a way to improve ourselves. It is therefore incumbent on you to see through the criticism directed at your end, ignore the negative ones, and learn from the constructive ones. Criticisms give us a new perspective and open our eye to things we may have overlooked or never considered. Whether it's a peer review of your work or performance appraisal, constructive criticisms and feedback can help you grow by shedding light and giving you the opportunity for improvement. Studies have shown an improvement in students' grades and educational satisfaction in college through constructive criticisms. Now, unlike critiques, which is just negative feedback, constructive criticisms includes timely and specific negative feedback with useful strategies for skill improvement, support, and encouragement, said Andrea Bennett. The right kind of criticism can give you an advantage. Think about it. If you can get a customer to tell you, and just you alone, how to give them the perfect product or service, that's information you've got that no one else has. That puts you at an advantage over anyone else in your sector and can be used again in the future to get things right even faster. Always understand that no one is perfect, and that notwithstanding, it can be difficult for people to spot their own shortcomings. Constructive criticism does well to us by encouraging positive change and gently offering guidance that help people reach their potential. To deal with negative criticisms, my comment will not be any different from Andretti's response during an interview with Success Magazine, when he said his number one tip for success in a race of car driving is not to look at the wall but at the road, because your car goes where your eyes go. When you are driving towards your goal, you need to focus on the road in front of you. If you look at the wall, then you will end up hitting it. Same could be said for your life, your work, and dealing with haters and critics. Criticisms and negativity from difficult people It's like a wall, and if you focus on it, then you will run right into it. You will get blocked by negative emotions, anger, and self-doubt. Your mind will go where your attention is focused. Criticism and negativity don't prevent you from reaching the finish line, but they can certainly distract you from it. And as we have said throughout the empowerment module, distractions are always potent weapons to destructions. However, if you focus on the road in front of you and keep on moving forward, then you can safely speed past the walls and barriers that are nearby. Thank you for joining the Grace Outreach Global Foundation in this life transforming episode, and I thank you. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to have first-hand notification when we do post new content. Do us the honor by following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please be expectant as we come your way next week with another life-transforming message. Be sure not to miss out as we endeavor to learn together for domination. Share the link to this channel with friends and family, and let's keep learning together and transform ourselves for dominion together. My name is Derek Ankwana Kujo. On this empowerment module platform, as we do know, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working together to meet ourselves at the top. Be blessed. It's a great time to have you back into a new episode of the Empowerment Module, and I warmly welcome you. In the last episode, we dealt with the topic, criticisms are not always bad, don't ignore them all. During the module, it was mentioned that one of the things that easily make people call it a quit is criticism. We discussed, among others, that irrespective of how adverse criticisms can be, it is most worrying if you don't get any criticism at all. And that though some criticisms are opposing in nature and cut through the soul, pierce the heart and kill the flow of creativity and enthusiasm, there are yet constructive ones that come to build, grow, and stretch you to progress if given consideration. It was said that it is incumbent on people to sift through criticisms directed at their end, ignore the negative ones, and learn from the constructive ones. We also mentioned that criticisms give us a new perspective and open our eyes to things we may have overlooked or never considered. Constructive criticisms and feedback can help you grow by shedding light and giving you the opportunity for improvement. Now for today's episode, our topic will be how to make the most of your dream. Before we delve into it, I humbly implore you to please subscribe to our channel, as that encourages us to come your way weekly with inspiring content. What is a dream, one may ask? I want to say that a dream is a powerful and life-defining word. In the process of working on your dreams, you are going to incur many disappointments, a lot of failure, or a lot of pain. It happens that you mostly get knocked down many times. You intermittently feel the lack of energy and strength to pursue, achieve, or get back up after a knockdown. You sometimes even feel that giving up is the best option. Until the time came to fulfill his dreams, the Lord tested Joseph's character. This is what the word tells us in the book of Psalms 105 verses 19. And this suggests to us that a process of refinery is needed before the accomplishment of a dream. In the process of accomplishing your dreams, all the adversities and challenges serve as a process of smelting that come to refine and prove our resolve and character. It is pleasant to see dreams come true, but fools refuse to turn from evil to attain them. The word of the Lord from Proverbs chapter 13 verses 19. With all due respect, we are hereby informed that It is only foolish people who fail to desist from things that are mischievous and catastrophic to their dreams in order to realize those dreams. In the face of the adversities that one may encounter, remain resolute and focused, and never have doubt in yourself towards the attainment of that dream. The rough times will come, but not to stay. They shall pass. Greatness is not something esoteric or elusive that is reserved only for a small amount of people. It is something that is indeed truly in existence in all of us, but only achieved by those who do not give up and respond to its demands. Make sure you don't stop growing and don't stop working on yourself. Don't stop stretching and never stop pushing yourself. Don't be a complainer without taking action about your situation. The reason why complaints amount to nothing is that most of the time, 50% of the people don't care and 50% are happy about your situation, said Shiv Kira. Endeavor to work on your dream and not allow fear to shatter that dream. Unrelenting focus on the achievement of your dream will make you unstoppable, unbendable, and unbreakable. Most of the time, most dreamers fail with their dreams because they rather spend more time with people and know other people more than themselves. They study others, get to know about them, hang out with them, wish to be like them, and end up knowing nothing about themselves. Challenge yourself to know yourself, because when that happens, you begin to select the right people to engage with and to begin to have certain uniqueness in your way of doing things. You must maintain the principle that if it's going to happen, it's up to me. Invest in yourself and don't be a victim of other people's opinions. And don't merely talk about your dream. It is working at it that will take you far. Don't listen to doubters. They will talk you out of your dream and tell you it is unrealistic. Don't listen to haters. They will instigate you to quit. In any case, be reminded that you are the only one who can inspire yourself the more, who can encourage yourself to hunt after the dream. The quote that everyone wants to eat, but few are willing to hunt. Everyone wants to succeed, but only few are willing to put in the required work, sacrifice, dedication, and perseverance holds true. Greatness is one of those things that many want, but only few are willing to pay the required price to achieve it. Like anything rare and valuable, achieving greatness demands a high price. In any case, you are the most dangerous enemy to the accomplishment of your dream. It is your decision to quit and to stop that will kill the manifestation of the dream. You are more powerful to change the world with your dream. As a lion never stops chasing its prey until it catches it, so you must not stop until you leave your dream. Now, in the shadow of the famous speech of I Have a Dream, delivered on the fateful day of 23rd August 1963 by Martin Luther King Jr., a speech which embodied the summary of his life that he strived to achieve all throughout, I implore you to have a dream and endeavor never to give up on your dream until it is achieved. The pleasure is mine to come your way with this powerful and life-transforming episode, and I thank you that you joined the Grace Outreach Global Foundation in this module. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to have first-hand information when we do post new content. Do us the honor by following us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And please be expectant, because we shall come your way next week with another life-transforming message. Be sure not to miss out as we endeavor to learn together for domination. Please share the link to this channel with friends and family, and let's learn together and transform ourselves for dominion together. My name is Derek Ankwana Kujo, And on this empowerment module platform, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working to meet ourselves at the top. Be blessed. It's a great honor to have you back in a new episode of the Empowerment Module, and I warmly welcome you. In the last episode, we dealt with the topic, how to make the most of your dream. Now, in the course of the module, it was mentioned that greatness is not something esoteric or elusive that is reserved for only a small amount of people. It is something that indeed truly exists in all of us, but only achieved by those who do not give up and respond to its demands. It was said also that make sure you don't stop growing and don't stop working on yourself. Don't stop stretching and never stop pushing yourself. We also discussed that invest in yourself and not be a victim of other people's opinions, and don't merely talk about your dream, for it is working at it that will take you far. For today's episode, we shall be dealing with the topic, why you must set priorities. Before we go into it, I implore you to please subscribe to our channel, as that encourages us to come your way weekly with inspiring content. In the absence of clear priorities, it's tough to manage your time and achieve your goals. You may possibly be overwhelming yourself by trying to take on too many responsibilities. You'll be able to make better and faster selections that will govern your life choices once you've established your priorities. Priority is what comes first in a list of items, indicating one's menu of focus or pursuit in an order of importance. In Matthew chapter 6 verse 33, we are confronted with a clear example of what a priority is. And this is what the word says. But seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you. This is a passage that is well representative of priority, though it highlights that in the order of things, we must seek first things that pertain to God and his kingdom. It importantly divulges that we must draft a scale of preference for our lives and ensure that we do so in order of importance. We must be able to draw the line between what must come before and what needs to come after. Priorities will guide you in life decisions and keep you on track. Most importantly, priorities will give you the confidence to say no to insignificant things. They help you identify what's truly needed in your life as against what someone else feels is important. Setting priorities ultimately reduces the stress of indecision about where to dedicate your time. It helps you to structure your day in a meaningful way, and ultimately, priorities help you set and stick to boundaries. Please permit me to predicate my submission on a story. A lecturer in a class of demonstration illustrated with the following items: a container, golf balls, pebbles, and sand. Now, in the demonstration, the container represented our lives, the golf balls, the important things of our lives, such as relationship with God, families, and jobs, etc. The pebbles signified other important things like houses, cars, relationships, etc. And the sun represented the little and insignificant things of our lives. Now, in the demonstration, it was seen that when the golf balls were first put into the container, there was space to contain the pebbles and the sand. On the reverse, putting the sand first left no room in the container for the other things. The moral lessons are here. When you place small and insignificant things first in your life, you won't have room or space for important and relevant things, and vice versa. It is important to set your priorities right. Pay attention first to the thing that will guarantee your prolonged happiness. Identify your most important task and do it first, then to the next in line. Keep the main things as main things. Priorities must be set with time in mind. In other words, you have to prioritize your schedules and schedule your priorities. A wise man once said, "We all have the ability to accomplish anything, truly anything, if we use our time wisely." Successful people learn how to manage time well. Time management is crucial in the journey of success. Time is the valuable and scarcest resource. Once it is gone, it is gone. Time is life. Always bear in mind that time can be stolen or lost. Thus, you need to protect your time. Time can be abused. Thus, you need to have focus for your time. In your quest to achieve your vision or dream, the setting of priorities is paramount, because your success or failure depends on, among other things, how you can manage your time, how you can use your time, how you can invest your time, and how you can convert your time. The pleasure is mine to come your way with this powerful and life-transforming episode. And I thank you that you joined the Grace Outreach Global Foundation in yet another episode of the Empowerment Module. Kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to have first-hand information when we do post new content. Please be expectant as we come your way next week with a new life-transforming message. Be sure not to miss out as we endeavor to learn together for domination. Kindly share the link to this channel with your friends and family, and let's keep learning together and to transform ourselves for dominion together. The name is Derek Ankwana-Kudo, and on this Empowerment Module platform, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working to meet ourselves at the very top. Be blessed. I deem it a great expedient to have you back in this new episode of the Empowerment Module. In the last episode, we dealt with the topic, why you must set priorities. Now, in the course of the module, it was said, in the absence of clear priorities, it's tough to manage your time and to achieve your goals, and that you may possibly be overwhelmed by trying to take on too many responsibilities. It was also mentioned that you will be able to make better and faster selections that will govern your life choices once you've established your priorities. We also discussed that we must be able to draw the line between what must come before and what needs to come after. And priorities will guide you in life's decisions and to keep you on track. Now, for today's episode, we shall be dealing with live life, don't just exist. Before we go into it, I make a humble appeal to you to please subscribe to our channel, as that encourages us to come your way with weekly inspiring content. Now to the message. After visiting some countries and many other communities, I have seen a worrisome situation of truth where many people seem to be merely existing and never living life. This situation has also been highlighted by Georgia Okefe, who in her words said, "It always seems to me that so few people live. They just seem to exist, and I don't see any reason why we shouldn't live always till we die physically." And same has been echoed by Frank Sonnenberg, that sadly, some folks don't live, they merely exist. It is Jack London who said, "The proper function of man is to live, not to exist. I shall not waste my days in trying to prolong them. I shall use my time." Persons who merely exist are those who have already settled in their current situations and seem not to have any other options left, forgetting that if there is a problem, there is a solution. They have relented to the inability and unwillingness to keep in mind that they can conquer the situation at will and action with all their heart. I have witnessed a few differences between those who merely exist and them that live life. People who live life understand that all humans have a hidden talent, so they find theirs and use it to impact the society and the world at large, because they understand that this is the best way to make your existence worth. They are bold to take risks to enter into a wealth creation venture, while those who merely exist are mainly risk averse. Those who live life have developed immunity to criticisms and learned not to heed to negative thoughts that emanate from self-doubt and complaints. Now, in the book of Matthew chapter 5 verses 16, the word of the Lord says, "Let your light so shine before men, that they may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven." God never intended for us to merely exist. Actually, there is nothing more exciting, fulfilling, and joyful than to know we are actively living right in the center of His will. Meaning that God wants us to make the most of life, but in the center of His will and purpose for our lives. Now, some takes from the message in Matthew chapter 5 verses 16 are these: every human has a light. We are expected to shine our lights. Our lights must shine in the direction of good works. Through our works, people shall give glory unto God our Father. To expatiate further, God means to tell us to show the manifestation of our good works in the sight of men. To live is to move from a depleted state into a full manifestation of your hidden radiance and brilliancy. This is exactly what must characterize our lives. We must wake up to the existing reality that there is a certain great light concealed in us which we must shine forth to make greater impact in the world. For as we have discussed throughout the empowerment module, people who make impact are same who make wealth and are same who are celebrated. Do not wallow in mediocrity, neither should you keep wobbling in ordinariness. You possess a hidden seed for great expansion. You are endowed to wax strong. You are purposely created to manifest your light to meet humanity at the point of its needs. Therefore, as Brian Krantz once asserted, don't exist, live. Get out, explore, thrive, challenge authority, challenge yourself, evolve, change forever, become who you say you always will, keep moving, and don't stop. Be an exemption to the observation of Oscar Wilde, who said, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people just exist, and that's all." Arise and shine forth. Arise and show your radiance. Arise in the brilliance of your endowment, for creation awaits in earnest expectation of your manifestation. The pleasure is mine once again to come your way with this life-transforming episode. And I want to specially thank you for joining the Grace Outreach Global Foundation. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to have first-hand notification when we do post new content. Please be expectant as we come your way next week with another life-transforming message. And be sure not to miss out as we endeavor to learn together for domination. Kindly share the link to this channel with your friends and family, and let's all together learn and transform ourselves for dominion. My name is Derek Ankwana Kujo, and on this empowerment module platform, as we do know, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working to meet ourselves at the very top. Be blessed. I deem it a great honor to come your way with this new episode of the Empowerment Module. In the last episode, we dealt with the topic, don't just exist, live life. In the course of the module, it was said that persons who just exist have relented to the inability and unwillingness to make and keep in mind that they can conquer the situation at will and action with their heart. And contrastingly, people who live life understand that all humans have a hidden talent. Thus, they find theirs and use it to impact the society and the world at large. They understand that this is the best way to make your existence worth. For today's episode, we shall be dealing with the part 1 of 9 lessons from Ant's Rule Book of Life. Before we go into it, I make a humble appeal to you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, as that encourages us to come your way weekly with inspiring content. Now let's go into the message. As I glanced through social media in the past week, I came across an image with a caption, 9 lessons from Ant's Rule Book of Life, posted on the wall of a brother. Upon thorough reading of the caption, I thought to myself, this is a worthy message to share. Hence today's topic. The 9 lessons will be divided to cover today and next week. Please permit me to recognize Ajay Eswa, Manager of Business Development of Solar PV, for his contribution on some of the points mentioned herein in his article, 5 Life Lessons We Can Learn from Ants. Ants are very small creatures but with huge wisdom, whose ways of doing things present a great deal of astuteness to humans. Even King Solomon, the richest and wisest man ever to live, was awed by the shrewdness of ants, and emphasized the wisdom of ants by referring humans to learn the ways of ants. In the book of Proverbs chapter 6 verses the numbers 6 to 9, King Solomon admonishes humans, even more the slothful, to learn the ways of ants in the following manner. Go to the ant, thou sluggard, consider her ways and be wise, which having no guide, overseer, or judge, provided her meat in the summer, and gathereth her food in the harvest. How long wilt thou sleep, O sluggard? When wilt thou arise out of thy sleep? The 9 lessons from the Ant's Rule Book of Life to be covered in our module include bravery and self-motivation. Ants teach us not to chicken out irrespective of how terrifying something may look. Ants exemplify what it means to be self-motivated. For them, size, luck, and location are not limiting factors. They make no justifications but carry on without anyone to whip and coerce them to move, do their work, or to work together. They work for the common good. They demonstrate that they do not need the presence of a leader to carry out their responsibilities, as they show a character of discipline, natural self-status, and working without supervision. 2. Sense of discipline and order. Ants are one of the species with a huge sense of discipline. They are able to carry out their task dutifully without the behest of any director. Without mistakes, ants march after one another in a line. Without dispute and accident, they move about in order, hence teaching us about the significance of orderliness. 3. Spirit of sharing. I must say that ants are clear epitome of the cliche. Sharing is caring. They never eat alone. When ants find a nice dinner spot, they don't just bring it back to the group. They also alert other ants by secreting an invisible chemical called trail pheromone that guides other ants directly to the food source. They also release different pheromones when there is a threat. This warns the group and gets them prepared for battle. It no doubt that these present a great lesson to humanity. Ants actually have two stomachs. The first holds their own food, but the second stores food that will be shared with the colony of ants. Clearly, we can all learn a lesson about sharing from ants. 4. Ignore distractions. Ants set their attention to their agenda with laser concentration. They march on toward their objective with utmost focus without looking backward or sideward. If you peradventure put an object in an ant's path, it just walks around it and soldiers on to where it's heading without letting the object hinder its work. You put another obstacle in its way and it still soldiers on to its destination. We are hereby taught by the ant not to let obstacles, problems, and conflict get in the way of achieving our objectives. We need to try to subordinate any potential distractions against the accomplishment of our goals and objectives. Now, the lessons to be continued next week. The pleasure is mine to come your way with this powerful and life-transforming episode, and I thank you for joining the Grace Outreach Global Foundation. Please kindly subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to have first-hand information when we do post new content. Please be expectant as we come your way next week with another life-transforming message. Be sure not to miss out as we endeavor to learn together for domination. And kindly share the link to this channel with friends and family, and let's learn together and transform ourselves for dominion together. My name is Derek Ankwana Kujo. On this empowerment module platform, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working to meet ourselves at the very top. Be blessed. I deem it a great honor to come your way with this new episode of our empowerment module. Now, in the last episode, we dealt with the first part of the 9 lessons from the Ant's Rule Book of Life. In the course of the module, it was said that ants teach us not to chicken out irrespective of how terrifying something may look. They teach us to be dutiful even without the supervision of anyone. Ants set their attention to their agenda with laser concentration, teaching us to avoid distractions and keep laser focus on our objectives. They help us to better understand the principle of collectivity, as ants never eat alone. For today's episode, we shall be dealing with the second part of the 9 lessons from Ant's Rule Book of Life. Before we go into it, I implore you to please subscribe to our channel, as that encourages us to come your way weekly with inspiring content. Now, let's go into the message. As we discussed in the previous episode, we are going to continue with the 9 lessons from the Ant's Rule Book of Life by dealing with the remaining 5 parts of the lesson. So number 5, the ants teach us to mind our business. Under normal circumstances, We often like to talk about what others are doing or what is happening to others. That's our friends, society, and how the world keeps degenerating. The characteristics of ants educates us not to poke into others' business, but to remain fixated on our own businesses. And ants also teach us the principle of planning and preparation. That is number 6. Now, ants possess excellent strength in strategic planning, meticulousness, and organizational skills. They teach us the necessity to plan and look ahead. They constantly prepare for the next season ahead of time by storing extra food during seasons of plenty in order to have adequate amount in times of scarcity. They also plan seasons of work and the rest to prevent burnout. Number 7, we are going to look at hard work and determination. In fact, diligence continues to remain one of the essential cogs for a successful life, and the tiny insect ants possess this virtue far more than most humans. Ants are renowned for carrying objects that are even sometimes heavier or bigger than them. They are never scared of heavy tasks. The strong spirit of determination and hard work from ants are worth emulating for anyone who desires to be physically and financially blessed. Number 8, ants teach us about teamwork and unanimity. Everything ants do is for the overall good of the group. Like an autopilot, they know their respective duties and do everything they can to accomplish more by working together than by working individually. They set goals and work together to achieve it. The last but not least of the lessons, we look at easy adaptation to surroundings. What is more, ants can be found just about everywhere. They know where to locate resources and how to easily adapt to a certain environment. Their traits also teach humans about the need to quickly adapt to surroundings without having to wait for a wake-up call. We must understand that to take advantage of any environment, quick adaptation is key and paramount. The pleasure is mine once again to have come your way with this new episode of the Empowerment Module. And I want to especially thank you for always joining the Grace Outreach Global Foundation. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to have first-hand information when we do post new content. Please be expectant as we come your way with another life-transforming message next week. And be sure not to miss out as we endeavor to continue learning together for a life of dominion. Kindly share the link to this channel with your friends and family, and let's all together learn and transform ourselves for dominion. My name is Derek Ankwana Kujo. On this Empowerment Module platform, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working so that we can meet ourselves at the very top. Be blessed. A new week is here, and I am blessed for the opportunity to come your way with this new episode of the Empowerment Module. In the last episode, we dealt with the second part of the 9 lessons from Ant's Rule Book of Life. And in the course of the module, it was said that ants possess excellent strength in strategic planning, meticulousness, and organizational skills, from which they teach us the necessity to plan and to look ahead. We also said that ants are well known for their trait of hard work and determination, and that the strong spirit of determination and hard work from ants are worth emulating, as they help us to better understand that diligence is indeed the mother of good luck. Among these, ants also teach us about teamwork, unity, and the need to quickly adapt to our environment if we have to take advantage of it. For today's episode, we shall be dealing with the topic, don't you dare give up on that dream. Before we go into it, please subscribe to our channel, as that encourages us to come your way weekly with inspiring content. Now to the message. A dream is one's cherished aspiration or an ambition. Life's journey is not an easy ride. It is Timothy Pina, a famous author, who said, "It's never easy moving forward in life. But if you want to prosper and enjoy life, keep moving ahead on that road. Forward progress is always the wisest choice anyone can make," he asserted. The road to the accomplishment of any dream is never rosy. There may be real oppositions and superlative blockades. However, in the face of the many oppositions and obstructions is when many feel like giving up, and when many actually do give up. In the book of 2 Chronicles chapter 15 verses the number 7, the Bible tells us, it says that, "But as for you, be strong and do not give up, for your work will be rewarded." And in 1 Corinthians chapter the number 15 verses the number 58, we learn of the Bible telling us that, "Therefore, my beloved brothers, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, knowing that in the Lord your labor is not in vain." You may seem to be experiencing more and more battles and disappointment, but don't you dare give up. There may seem to be no progress in spite of the obvious hard press, which annoys and demotivates you to quit, but don't dare give up, because it is said that the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. You may have asked God a series of questions about your current hardships and life of seemingly no progress, but quitting is the worst response to the situation. Remember that quitters never win and never make it to the top. Every person has a turning back period, so quitting at yours is the guarantee that the dream will never be realized. The only possibility for the achievement of that dream is when you don't give up. People may have spoken ill against you, including your parents, friends, colleagues, and family. Don't allow the negative stuff you are bombarded with on a daily basis keep you down. Just keep on pushing and don't relent. Learn to encourage yourself that today may not be your day, but sooner rather than later, it will be your day. Keep alive the mental picture of your dream and be inspired by the joy and fulfillment that will come if you achieve that dream. I want to give you some 10 seconds to have a rethink of your dream in the eye of your mind. How would you feel when it is accomplished? You may not feel capable of achieving it at the moment when you look at all the prevailing encumbrances, but let the dream you see in your mind's eye inspire you to perspire. You may not have the money, the help, the family, and the background for the accomplishment of that dream, but don't you dare give up yet. It may take you double or triple of the expected duration. You may have to take new courses. You may not have as much and move as fast, but refuse to quit. Never give up on hope. Most of the greatest achievements of humanity were accomplished by tired, discouraged people who never gave up on hope. Anything is possible if you truly believe, said Timothy Pina. Now the pleasure is mine to come your way with this life-transforming episode, and I really thank you for joining the Grace Outreach Global Foundation. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to have first-hand notification when we do post new content. Please be expectant as we come your way with another life-transforming message next week. Be sure not to miss out as we endeavor to learn together for domination. Kindly share the link to this channel with friends and family, and let's learn together and transform ourselves for dominion together. Don't forget my name, Derek Ankwana-Kujo. On this empowerment module platform, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working to meet ourselves at the very top. Be blessed. Hey, it's a pleasure to have you here for a new episode of the Empowerment Module. In the last episode, we dealt with an important subject matter. Don't you dare give up on that dream. Now, during the course of the episode, it was said that the road to the accomplishment of any dream is never rosy, for there may be real oppositions and superlative blockades. However, and unfortunately, you realize that in the face of the many oppositions and obstructions is when many feel like giving up and when many actually do give up. A message of encouragement was given that there may seem to be no progress in your life in spite of the obvious hard press, which may demotivate you to quit, but don't you dare give up, because it is said, the harder the battle, the sweeter the victory. For today's episode, we shall be dealing with the topic, in which of these groups are you? Before we go into it, kindly subscribe to our channel. That encourages us to come your way weekly with inspiring content. Now let's go into the message. There are 4 categories of people that I have witnessed in life. Those who never try at all, those who try and give up very early, those who give up at the nick of achieving the goal, and those who try, stay focused, fight on, and finally achieve their objective. The only distinguishing feature between the first 3 and the last one is that the last group understands that accolades are reserved for those who finish the race and finish well. They know that rewards are given to people who accomplish the great feat, and same are those who are added to the bracket of successful people. People who fall within the first 3 groups seem to misunderstand that the meaning of the saying, all things come to those who wait, does not mean those who wait without doing nothing or those who easily give up, but that people who remain persistent and patient are they who finally achieve their goals. They harbor the habit of easily quitting when overtaken by temporary defeats. There is a story of a great lesson on which to predicate and underpin my message. R.U. Darby, a man who became one of the most famous successful insurance salesmen in the U.S., tells the story of how he learned to rise from his devastating gold fever defeat that was experienced altogether with his uncle. Now, in the gold rush days, his uncle, who had a definite lust for gold, staked a claim by going to the west to dig and to grow rich. After weeks of hard labor, he was rewarded by the discovery of gold, but he needed a machine to bring the gold to the surface. Therefore, he quietly covered up the mine and went back to his home in Maryland to inform his neighbors and relatives of his strike. They put together money for the needed machinery and had it shipped to the mining site. While Darby and his uncle went back to the mine, they had the first mine which was shipped to the smelter. The returns was enough proof that they had one of the richest mines in Colorado. However, as the drill continued, down went the drill, while up went the hopes of R.U. Darby and his uncle. Then an unexpected incident happened. The vein of gold ore had disappeared, and in their high hopes, Darby and his uncle drilled on in desperation to try to find gold again, but all efforts went to no avail. Then finally, they decided to throw in the towel. They then sold the machinery to a man of no repute for a few hundreds of dollars, altogether with the mine, and went back home. This supposed junkman who had purchased the mine and machinery from Darby and his uncle was actually the unusual junkman that you would ever find, but was very, very wise and astute. The man called in an engineer to appraise the mine, and the calculations from the engineer proved that Darby and his uncle had stopped drilling just 3 feet from where the next big strike of gold was. The junkman turned a millionaire because he knew enough to seek expert advice before calling it a quit. The same is the story of many others. They either don't try or try but give up in the nick of time to their biggest level changing strike of a deal. In my few years on earth, I have learned a great lesson about the dire consequences of quitting early. Like R.U. Darby and his uncle, maybe seeking expert or earthly counsel would save you from losing your place from the world's millionaire list. The world has not and will never cease producing lessons that those experience many failures and defeats are the same people who become the most successful in life. In case you have forgotten, J.K. Rowling, who wrote Harry Potter, had her first book rejected on 12 occasions before it was finally published. Michael Jordan was even cut out from his high school basketball team. He lost hundreds of games and missed thousands of shots during his career. But he once said, "I have failed over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeeded." You know that these people succeeded because they understood that you cannot let your failures define you. You have to let your failures teach you. You have to let them show you what to do differently the next time. The many who gain this understanding also do not chicken out at one failure, but march on to chalk many later successes. I have applied this and seen many good results afterwards. You are not created to be a failure, so don't give up too easily. That great thing in you must be developed through hard lessons from life's journey. As the Bible said in Romans chapter 8 verse 37, "Nay, in all these things we are more than conquerors through him that loved us." Come on, march on. Those little defeats are stepping stones to your enviable result. You are more than a conqueror. I thank you for your attention, and the pleasure is always mine to come your way with life-transforming messages. Grace Outreach Global Foundation is indeed appreciative. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and make sure you hit the notification button to have first-hand information when we do post new content. Share the link with family and friends, and let's be expectant as we come your way next week with new episode. My name is Derek Ankwana-Kujo. On this empowerment module platform, as you do know, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working to meet ourselves at the very top. Be blessed. Hi there. I'm delighted to have you here for a new episode of the empowerment module. In the last episode, we deliberated on 4 categories of people by posing a question: in which of these groups are you? We discussed these 4 categories of people to be those who never try at all, those who try and give up very early, those who give up at the nick of achieving the goal, and those who try, stay focused, fight on, and finally achieve their objective. We agreed that the only distinguishing feature between the first 3 groups and the last is that the last one understands that accolades are reserved for those who finish a race and finish well. They know that rewards are given to people who accomplished a feat and that the same people are those who are added to the bracket of successful people. Now, the many who gain this understanding also do not chicken out at one failure, but march on to chalk later successes. Now, for today's episode, we shall be dealing with the topic, work to make the vision a reality. Before we go into it, please subscribe to our channel to encourage us to come your way weekly with inspiring content. The wise saying from Sky Townsend that don't share your dreams with everyone, make them a reality, then share deserves recognition. In fact, it is not just true, but very wise not to always share our dreams with everyone, and in certain situations, we shouldn't at all. You see, oftentimes the very people who are closest to us and claim to have our best interests at heart are same who shatter a dream, or worse, kill our positive spirit to pursue and win. And while their discouraging statements are normally spoken with good intentions, there is still the possibility of significant harm. I may be going overboard with it, but I am of a firm opinion that trying to talk someone out of a dream is a form of bullying and a rough tactic of eliciting intimidation, doubt, fear, and crushing one's chances for success and greatness. An interesting and famous story is told of Sarah Blackley, a woman who sold fax machines door to door for 7 years. After work, she would rush home and toil away at a dream that struck her one evening before heading off to a party. Now, unbeknown to her family and friends, she worked late in the night every day of the week for years. Eventually, her family wanted to know what had been keeping her so busy. After about a year, she finally agreed to tell her mother what she'd been up to. After hearing it, her mother promptly tried to talk her out of it. Now, by refusing to relent, Sarah Blackley founded the shapewear brand called Spanx, which sells undergarments, leggings, swimwear, and maternity wear in over 50 countries, and now a famous American businesswoman. And by last count, Mrs. Blackley is worth about $1.1 billion according to the Forbes. The ball is in your court to fiercely protect your dreams. Only share your lofty goals with like-minded people who support your vision, believe in you, and can hold you accountable to making something happen. The Bible verse in the book of Proverbs chapter 12 verses the number 23 says, "The prudent keep their knowledge to themselves, but a fool's heart blurts out folly." Never to stop working towards the accomplishment of your dream is the most important. Above all, know that the only person who will fully believe in your dream, who has to like your dream, and who has to commit towards the fulfillment of your dream is you, because it is your dream. I thank you for your attention, and the pleasure is mine to come your way with this life-transforming episode. Grace Outreach Global Foundation is indeed very much appreciative. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification button to have first-hand notification when we do post new content. Please be expectant as we come your way with another life-transforming message next week. Be sure not to miss out as we endeavor to learn together for domination. Kindly share the link to this channel with your friends and family, and let's learn together and transform ourselves together for dominion. My name is Derek Ankwana Kujo. On this Empowerment Module platform, the slogan is always empowering and transforming ourselves for domination. Let's keep working to meet ourselves at the very top. Be blessed.